What if I told you that the messiest relationship and hip-hop fallout just turned into something much darker? Because this isn't just another fight on reality TV. This time, there's a jail cell involved, and someone's wig was just snatched clean. Off in court. It's Lil Scrappy, the same Scrappy who once said, and let's just say it got slapped with a real-life jail sentence? But wait, because just when you thought the drama was over, here comes Stevie J. Yes, Mr. Hitman himself, supposedly being attacked by revealing some nefarious behind-the-scenes information about none other than Bambi. You're probably wondering, what in the reality TV hell is going on? Did Bambi really conceal important evidence? Did Stevie go too far in his attempt to play God again? Or is this just karma returning to haunt all three of them at once? Because what we are going to reveal has the potential to destroy jobs, break up relationships, and reveal a scandal so ugly that even Mona Scott had to turn away. It began with tiny, trivial drama being shared around cast members, crew, and social media blogs, but those whispers quickly escalated into roars. And now, instead of just being a name that is popular on Instagram, Lil Scrappy is a name that is boldly stamped on court records that state that he was convicted. For weeks, people speculated about Scrappy's unpredictable conduct, and there were rumors that he was not paying child support. No one anticipated receiving a lengthy jail sentence. And believe me when I say that Scrappy's accusations weren't a slap on the wrist. He even stormed off set after a violent argument with Bambi and got into verbal altercations with producers during hearings. Apparently, he had multiple bench warrants out for failing to appear in family court, as well as some serious financial issues that were directly related to child support and concealed money from club performances. Mona Scott was unable to save him from this one, but he had been building quietly for more than a year. This is where it gets more heated than a reunion episode. According to a leaked court transcript, Stevie J was at the courthouse on the day of sentencing, and not just as a friend. He had provided a sealed testimony and an expose that purportedly accused Bambi of manipulating Scrappy's finances. It's still unclear whether Stevie did this out of loyalty, retaliation, or just plain messiness. But one thing is for sure. As soon as Stevie left the courtroom, chaos broke out. According to several eyewitnesses, Stevie was confronted outside. Yes, you read that correctly. Arrived with receipts. The altercation was broken up before it escalated, but Stevie was clearly shaken. Later that day, he went live on Instagram, his eyes slightly bruised, his tone angry as he said, "I don't know." The courthouse was attacked by two unidentified men who pushed him against a black SUV and began yelling about him not saying Bambi's name. That live immediately went viral with over 500,000 views in less than an hour. But the real bombshell came at the 9-minute mark when Stevie said, "Care who you're with? I ain't scared. You guys think you can punk me into silence? I speak the truth. You all protect lies. Dirty lies." Stared directly into the camera and asked, "You think Scrappy went down by himself?" No, he was only the first to fall. And then everyone turned to stare at Bambi, who has always been a favorite among fans. Even her most devoted fans have been criticizing her lately because of the back and forth with Scrappy, the cryptic tweets, and the dubious Instagram captions. However, Stevie's attack and mysterious live stream completely blew the lid off the whole thing, so let's provide some evidence. According to production-related sources, Bambi and Stevie J had a falling out off-camera months ago after a covert production meeting descended into a yelling storm. Bambi allegedly accused Stevie of attempting to undermine her character arc on the program by sending producers false information as a poisonous trap house of deception. According to insiders, Mona Scott had to intervene to prevent the situation from getting worse, but tensions persisted after that meeting. And Stevie was allegedly prohibited from filming some scenes with Scrappy and Bambi. But he continued to appear as if he knew something that no one else did. Later, in his sealed testimony, which has been partially leaked to a few blogs, Stevie stated that he had text messages, Cash App receipts, and email threads in which Bambi allegedly gave instructions to a third party to fabricate Scrappy's financial income records so that it appeared as though she had more money than he did. This was allegedly done because she demanded greater child support payments following their split. And the worst part is that the third party, Stevie, who says he assisted Bambi, is purportedly a working cousin of hers, although Lil Scrappy's team hasn't released a comment. His attorney acknowledged that outside testimony and evidence were important in the judge's ruling. To read between the lines, they're not discounting Stevie's effect. This is fraud in a financial organization, not simply petty drama anymore. They're simply not naming names. Meanwhile, Bambi's Instagram has completely stopped posting anything, no selfies, no reels, no subtle shade messages, and social media investigators are already on the case, searching through past postings and examining the lyrics of Scrappy's unreleased songs. Even after deciphering emojis from Bambi's previous remarks, everyone is curious as to whether she is indeed responsible for this, or if Stevie J is just engaging in another of his well-known antics. However, Stevie didn't stop there. 2 days after that seemed to be legal-looking documents with the message, "If you knew what I know, you'd burn it too." Fans were divided on Twitter after seeing the video, with some believing Stevie was only bored and resentful, and others believing he was attempting to protect, although Stevie thrives on chaos and has been in the midst of legal media storms before, from his drama with Jellin to his explosive fallout with Faith Evans. This time, it seems different. There is fear in his eyes, paranoia in his posts. And according to a fresh, anonymous source who contacted the well-known gossip website Reality T-Spill, Bambi may not be the only person participating in what he's hinting at. Another cast member is apparently connected to the evidence trail, and someone has been covertly playing both sides while we pause, because this drama is far from over. Scrappy Stevie just cracked the surface of what's buried beneath, ruining more than just Bambi. The source claims that is bigger than him collecting paychecks from VH1 and making backdoor deals with bloggers. According to several sources, Mona Scott held an urgent conference with senior producers, lawyers, and network representatives after the anonymous source leaked to the Reality T. And the love and hip-hop world hasn't known peace since. The goal is to limit the damage, but let's face it, how can you stop a wildfire that has already crossed the fence and burned half the internet? Although Mona's name hasn't been made public yet, many are wondering if she was aware of the fabricated dead financials, scripted for drama, or did the cast veer so far from the plan that even she was unable to bring it back in? What is evident is that she is cleaning up. Entire episodes have been abruptly removed from streaming services. Some of Scrappy and Bambi's confessionals have vanished for no apparent reason. And scenes that featured while the streets are humming, outside the courts, sets, and even local Atlanta clubs where Scrappy used to make Stevie J's hints about hidden realities were quickly re-edited and replaced with filler content. Social media is calling this a cover-up. People are talking about appearances. The rumors aren't just on the internet anymore. Club promoters are pulling out of deals. Brands are halting collaborations. One shoe collaboration that Scrappy was going to launch this summer was abruptly canceled. And Bambi is utterly mute, aside from posted a 14-second video of a woman's hand burning a tabloid newspaper with Stevie J on the cover, with the remark, "You played yourself. Keep my name out of your mouth." It seemed like Beatty's Zone X. The internet erupted once more when fans screen recorded the video. It was removed within minutes and verified it was Bambi by comparing the rings to previous Instagram stories. However, just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, Stevie J dropped the midway through the interview. The host asked Stevie directly, "Did you submit real evidence, or were you just trying to get even with Bambi?" Stevie didn't flinch. "Let me be clear. What I gave the court was 100% verified. Stevie was not wearing a jumper and was sitting calmly collected but prepared for battle. He then leaned in and continued. Bank logs, text chains, audio recordings on, isn't just plain dirty, she's kneed in fraud. Scrappy isn't the only victim here. The entire comment section erupted in a yell. You guys are worried about Bambi. Wait. The audience fell silent. You discovered who was assisting her from within. The host requested him to clarify, but Stevie smirked and said, "Can't say too much. Let the feds do their job." The feds. That one sentence changed the course of events. It is concerning because if the federal government gets engaged, it indicates that it's no longer merely a romantic or hip-hop drama, but rather criminal financial fraud. Perjury, document tampering, and potentially even wire fraud. If Cash App's transactions were utilized to transfer undeclared income, the ramifications would be severe. Since someone obviously assisted Bambi in manipulating those documents. And if Stevie is correct, someone inside had access to production files, financial reports, or editing timelines. Fans are now focusing on the supporting cast. Could it be an assistant producer or a finance coordinator? Perhaps even a member of the legal team began looking through Reddit posts that exploded, pointing to previous tweets from a former production intern who had alluded to witnessing falsified signatures on release forms. The intern was allegedly fired abruptly 2 months ago, about the same time that Scrappy's legal team was formed. Started asking for VH1's locked footage, and then there's Erica Dixon, who has been unusually outspoken on Twitter lately, like dubious posts about Bambi and even sharing ominous statements like karma ain't a maybe. She's a schedule you can't avoid. When a fan questioned her, she responded with a winking emoji and the straightforward statement, "Let's just say that truth always finds daylight." When asked if she was involved in assisting Scrappy's legal team, according to reports, Scrappy is currently being detained at a private facility while his attorneys contest the sentence. Falsified evidence and outside intervention. If they can demonstrate that Bambi falsified financial records or that someone within the system assisted her in manipulating statistics, Scrappy may be released and Bambi may face prosecution, while Stevie J's security has tripled since the altercation at the courthouse. He reported the incident to the police, and 2 people connected to Bambi's large social circle were reportedly questioned. No one has been arrested yet, but the investigation is ongoing, and the blogs and gossip sites are going crazy, with headlines like Stevie J claims VH1 covered up exclusive financial fraud. Lil Scrappy's legal team targets Bambi's alleged accomplice, Eric Dixon. And even cast members who have been silent for years are re-emerging to chime in on the drama in court, Hernandez wrote. Stevie always gets into trouble. But this time I believe him, in a since-deleted story. Unexpectedly, Kirk Frost shared a photo of himself outside a courthouse wearing a suit, writing, "Sometimes the truth has to get ugly before it gets clean." What are we? Even now, is this the biggest unscripted scandal in VH1 history? Or is it real life? Since fans are clamoring for answers about more than just Scrappy's trial, VH1 has disabled comments on posts about love and hip-hop. Mona Scott has not released an official statement. And Bambi, when the queen of clapbacks disappears. There are no tweets or lives, only silence that speaks loudly. But we do know that this isn't finished because Stevie claims to have additional tapes and Scrappy's appeal is only beginning. If a federal investigation is indeed in progress, we may see the storm that began with a leaked bank statement and a courtroom whisper ended with numerous arrests, career collapses, and a total shutdown of love and hip-hop Atlanta as we know it. Stevie remarked chillingly in that No Jumper interview, "I didn't start this, but I will finish it." Exploded in the media, with Lil Scrappy and Stevie J at its core and a mysteriously silent Bambi growing more suspicious every hour after. Stevie J's No Jumper interview sent shockwaves across the culture. putting pressure on VH1 and Love, and the network reportedly ordered a 48-hour blackout, stopping all filming, freezing pending checks to cast members, and sending legal teams to go through years' worth of documentation because, according to sources, hip-hop producers reached a boiling point behind closed doors. This was done because if even one of Stevie J's claims is true, remember that clip when Stevie hinted at additional tapes? Well, he dropped one late last night. Employees helped Bambi falsify financial paperwork. Just not only embarrassing, but also a liability and a scandal so toxic that it might lead to lawsuits, terminations, and federal racketeering charges. Stevie played a voice memo during an Instagram Live that attracted over 600,000 viewers in less than 20 minutes. The quality was poor, obviously recorded from a second phone concealed in someone's jacket. But the content left jaws dropping. Just send the paperwork to my girl, and she will adjust the income portion like last time. That voice sounded eerily like Bambi, and fans assumed it was a Love and Hip Hop production assistant named Kia, who was previously fired in 2023 for violating the law. Time-scratchy people don't even realize it's just easier to get him what he wants if his money looks lower on paper. Confidentiality clauses and screenshots of her emails that were leaked months ago were mostly disregarded until now. All of it, sudden fans are going back to all of the previous episodes. Social media exchanges and behind-the-scenes YouTube videos from vloggers who chronicled Scrappy and Bambi's tumultuous marriage. At 3 a.m., Bambi's silence finally broke, and a Facebook post from Mama D that claimed they tried to make Scrappy look crazy but that lies don't last forever has appeared. It appears that she may have known more than anyone gave her credit for. I stayed quiet to protect people who didn't deserve it. But since y'all want truth, let's go. The caption stated on an Instagram account that featured a black screen. Fans think she's planning a candid interview or sharing receipts, but it's unclear what she meant. The time is ticking, though, since Scrappy's legal team filed a motion to reopen the evidence review, alleging fresh digital files containing recorded audio incriminating a third person. Some people think she may post them on YouTube, while others think she would meet with Tasha K or Jason Lee to recapture the narrative. Interference, which, if proven to be legitimate, could postpone or even reverse his sentence. More significantly, it puts Bambi and whoever assisted her in the center of attention. Legal experts, including entertainment lawyers, are calling it one of the most outrageous reality TV spillovers into real life they have ever witnessed. One lawyer, Mark K. Winters, wrote on Twitter that if those audio files are verified and VH1 production members assisted in document revisions, could lead to a federal conspiracy prosecution involving several parties and accusations, not only Bambi. And as VH1 remains mute, Mona Scott's name is trending once more for all the wrong reasons. Tell Mona we can't protect Bambi anymore because too much is out and the fans aren't buying the edit. Even though this message is unverified, it has stoked calls for Mona to speak out. Petitions are now going around calling for her to resign as executive producer and asking VH1 to carry out an internal audit of all previous seasons involving Bambi and Scrappy, Erica Dixon, and Stevie J. And just when you think you're done, an anonymous Reddit user posted screenshots of a purported group chat between Bambi, an assistant, and a man known as SG. Many people assume that SG is a showrunner at VH1, who is involved in casting and financing. One of the messages said, "If Stevie, don't let him think that we're afraid. He knows what I mean. Keep pressing this. We've dirt on him too." Drop the clip from 2021. Nobody is aware of this clip yet, but the drama has now evolved into a more sinister conflict involving leverage, blackmail, and survival, and the viewers are consuming it. Theory breakdowns abound on YouTube, with TikTokers examining every frame of Stevie J's interview, comparing previous remarks, studying body language, and even reading the lips from deleted portions. People who used to watch Love and Hip Hop informally are now acting like federal agents searching for inconsistencies, legal irregularities, relationships between cast members and network staff. And the most startling change is that people are beginning to support Stevie J. Yes, the man who has long been characterized as an attention seeker and manipulator is now being viewed as the truth teller, the whistleblower, and the one who is prepared to burn it. He even modified his bio to read, "I told y'all I just pressed play," and left it there to expose what he claims is VH1's culture of deception. Meanwhile, Scrappy's mother, Mama D, has organized a press conference, yes, a press conference courting to her crew, discuss the ways the network attempted to conceal the manipulation of her son and the betrayal that caused this family to fall apart. This is not just a scandal anymore. It's TV history, and Mona Scott has not responded to any tweets, interviews, or denials, only silent legal filings and frantic damage control, but silence won't save her. Since it's about years of hidden secrets, fabricated depictions, behind-the-scenes intimidation, and a corporate system that allegedly allowed it all to happen for the purpose of ratings. It is no longer about a single relationship, a single error, or even a single court case in her instance. Now that the infamous Instagram Live has been revealed, what will happen next? Will Scrappy walk free? Will Bambi be charged? Will VH1 cancel Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Will Mona Scott be forced to leave? Or will it be much worse than what you all thought? Love and Hip Hop was scripted. Whatever happens, one thing is certain. This chapter won't be ending anytime soon. The machine does what it usually does: bury the bodies, spin the story, and keep the cameras running. Days may pass before the next bombshell is revealed. Keep checking back. Keep checking back.